Alright, so Scarlet and Violet has been data mined, so we gotta talk about the Paradox Mons and their potential competitively. I'm Spike, and if you enjoy competitive Pokemon content, definitely consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new. Let's get right to it. Alright, so let's start with these past Paradox Mons. One thing that's cool about all the past Paradox is that they have this ability called photosynthesis, and basically what that does is that it boosts their highest stat in Sun, as well as if they're holding this, I guess it's like a new item called Booster Energy. So basically they just get a booster high stat in Sun, and that's pretty good. That's actually quite good. So Sun teams are really gonna like this a lot. I think all of these, just off that alone, there's no way none of any of these are gonna be like terrible. There's just no way. Just off that one ability alone, there's no way. Sun teams obviously benefit from it, and then obviously if they're holding the new item, which is a booster energy, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a one-time use or not, but if it isn't a one-time use, basically what this means is that they basically get if they're like a physically offensive mon, they basically get a choice scarf, because usually physically offensive mons like to run, max speed. If they are a physical offensive mon with max speed, they basically get a choice scarf, except they can switch their moves. So that sounds pretty crazy to me. There are some of these that obviously have higher attack or special attack than speed, but you could just really optimize the IVs to just pick whichever one you want to be the boosted stat. And that, just off that alone, I don't think there's any of these that are going to be bad. So like just outright terrible. We got Great Tusk though. He is the Paradox form of Donphan, and he's a ground fighting type. And the stats, it just looks like a beefed up Donphan basically. That's basically what I'm getting from this. Just a beefed up Donphan. It's like Mega Donphan basically. This is so cool. That's one thing that's really cool about these Paradox mons, is they're kind of like Megas, but just cooler. I don't know how to explain it. It's really, really cool. Obviously, ground fighting, that is not a good typing defensively, but offensively that is damn near flawless. You have EQ to hit the fairies. Obviously you're still kind of just susceptible to flying types, but if this thing has Donphan's moveset, you still get like rock moves. I'm pretty sure Donphan gets rock moves. You get Ice Shard probably. Yeah, this thing looks crazy. It's literally just a beefed up Donphan. It's like a Mega Donphan in a way, and honestly I think this could be quite good. It's Donphan, but you have less like special stats, but everything else is just boosted. It's slightly less because Donphan has base 60 in both special stats. This has 53, so it's basically just a better Donphan. Literally just a better Donphan. So I think this is gonna be good. There's no way this is not bad. This is UU at best, maybe OU. It really just depends. It really depends on what the meta looks like, but I think this is UU at the very least. Next we have Brute Bonnet, who is the Paradox of Amoonguss, and this one, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not really that big on this one. It just looks like a worse Zarude, honestly. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, just a worse Zarude. But I don't think it's gonna be bad. It's gonna have a place in the lower tiers, maybe like RU or something. Maybe RU, maybe NU. I think it's gonna be good in the lower tiers. This is not OU material, this is not UU material. But it really just depends. Maybe it still has Amoonguss's moves. It's just more physically oriented. But the one thing, this is not Amoonguss. This is a completely different mon. So there's no regen. It has photosynthesis. So this could be decent in Trick Room, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look that strong, but with photosynthesis, you're probably very strong. When you have the attack boost. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one too much. Grass Dark, obviously not the best. Yeah, I think I could see this being like RU, maybe RU. Yeah, this one's alright. Magneton is Sandy Shocks. That is Electric Ground, and this one, it looks decent. The speed tier, it leaves a lot to be desired, I'm not gonna lie, but it is pretty decent. Electric Ground, that's actually very cool. I don't think there's an Electric Ground type. I don't think so. But that is a very interesting typing. It's basically has no like resist except grass. Grass, yeah, except grass. But like grass is pretty trash. Pretty trash typing. Yeah, only grass types can really like wall this, to be honest. Like Ferrothorn is gonna wall this to hell and back. Yeah, and it probably won't even get any moves. Oh yeah, Terra. You could just run the Terra Blast or something. Terra Blast Fire, and basically have no switch-ins. So this thing, I mean, the speed tier leaves a lot to be desired, but it's decently strong. And obviously Photosynthesis boosts that special attack even higher. So like I said, there's no way none of these are just outright bad. There's just no way. But Sandy Shocks is definitely not my favorites, but I could see it being pretty cool. Electric Ground is a very interesting typing. Very interesting. Scream Tail. So this is the Majin Buu Jigglypuff. This guy looks crazy. This one is the only like non-offensively oriented one out of all of them. This one is literally just a defensive mon. I can see this being like a support mon. It looks like a support Lele. It's very interesting. It really just depends. Like Jigs, what does Jigs get? Hold on, let me look. Does Jigs get any recovery moves? I'm actually very curious about that. Does he get Moonlight? It gets Wish though. I mean, this is basically just Mega Jigs, Mega Jigglypuff, literally. It looks alright. It could be a cool support model like Wish and stuff. It really just depends on the moveset. But offensively, this thing leaves quite a bit to be desired. Yeah, it really does. But it could be a pretty good defense, like utility support mod. I could definitely see that. Yeah, this is just Mega Jigglypuff, but this thing looks really cool. This is definitely one of my favorite designs. Again, if you want to see these mons and their designs in their full glory, you might just want to look on the internet, because obviously I'm not going to show it here, because these things are everywhere. It's basically everywhere, especially on Twitter. But yeah, Fluttermane is the Madriva's one, and this one I'm very excited about. This one looks crazy. This is the first one where I'm like, okay, this is OU material for sure. Like, this is for sure OU material. Ghost Fairy basically has no resist. Basically, no mon can resist Ghost Fairy. No mon can resist that type combo. There's just no way. You have Ghost for steel types, for the poison types. Unless you're like a... I'm trying to think, what type combination resists Ghost Fairy? Maybe like normal poison, normal fire, normal, and like one of Fairy's resist. That's about it. And there isn't a lot of mons like that. Normal poison, I don't think there's... Actually, no. Normal poison, that's the new monkey. The little painter monkey. Graphii or some shit. Yeah, normal poison, normal fire, that's Pyroar? Yeah, so this shit has no resist in OU, because I'm pretty sure Graphii is going to be pretty trash. So this is for sure an OU mon, and this thing looks crazy. You could do like sub Nasty Plot, you could do Specs plus the Photosynthesis. This is going to be crazy. Specs plus speed boosting Photosynthesis, that is going to be something. That is going to be something. And I think sub Nasty Plot is going to be nasty on this, like for sure. This is the first one where I'm like, okay, this is definitely an OU mon. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for Fluttermane, especially considering Miss Magius is one of my favorites. Slitherwing, that is the physical bug fighting Volcarona Paradox, and this looks okay. This looks like physical Volcarona. Maybe it gets Victory Dance, which I'm hoping is the physical equivalent of Quiver Dance. Yeah, it's probably gonna get CC, probably gonna get like Lunge. Yeah, I think Lunge, that's one of the best premier bug moves. It could get Leech Life. I can see Leech Life. Lunge, but yeah, Leech Life could be cool. Leech Life, CC, Victory Dance, and then something to hit, like maybe Flare Blitz. Maybe this gets Flare Blitz. That would be pretty cool, especially in the sun. This would be amazing in the sun if it got Flare Blitz. I could see getting Flare Blitz, honestly. But yeah, this one, it looks alright. It just looks like a physical Volk. That is if it gets Victory Dance, which is kind of up in the air because this thing, it doesn't look like it dances. But I mean, you never know. You never know what they could give it. If it gets Victory Dance, this thing is for sure no Umon. No doubt in my mind, this is a no Umon if it gets Victory Dance. And like Flare Blitz or something. But yeah, this one I'm not that high on, but it has a really cool design. It does really have a cool design. I actually like the design a lot. And the next one we have is Roaring Moon, and this one is fucking amazing. And this one is one of the main reasons I'm going Scarlet over Violet. This one and Flutter Mane, both of those are so fucking cool. And Great Tusk. Great Tusk is really cool. So those are my top three in the actually no, I think I like Screamtail, the design, but competitively I'm kind of just I'm not really high on it. Roaring Moon, Flutter Mane, and then Screamtail or Great Tusk for third in my top three. For the past paradox. But yeah, Roaring Moon, this is Dragon Dark, so basically it's just Hydreigon, physical Hydreigon, and it could be really cool. It could actually be very cool. It has good stats. It has really good stats. But depending on what coverage it gets, fairies are still gonna make this mon their bitch. So that's it. Probably gonna get Dragon Dance. Probably gonna get like physical dark moves. I don't know if it's gonna get knockoff, maybe. Yeah, it's just a physical Hydreigon. That's basically what this is. Physical Hydreigon. Has a lot of HP, has a lot of attack. 140 attack is crazy, by the way. If this thing gets Dragon Dance, that is gonna be nasty. That is gonna be nasty for sure. But yeah, that is it for the past paradox, guys. And yeah, like I said, my top three is definitely Roaring Moon, Flutter Mane, and then Great Tusk and Screamtail. They're kind of interchangeable. I think I like Great Tusk just a little more, but Screamtail, the design is so good. So off that alone, I might put it in my top three. Slitherwing is cool too. It has a really cool design. I'm not that high on it in terms of competitively, but it could be good if it gets like Victory Dance or something. But yeah, let's move on to the future ones. Those are the ones that are exclusive to the Violet. And starting off, we have Iron Treads, which is literally just a steel Donphan. It's basically just another take on like what a mega Donphan would be. That's just how I'm looking at it. Quark Drive. So basically, Quark Drive is basically photosynthesis, except it's in electric terrain. So in electric terrain, you basically get your high stat boosted. And this one's not as good as photosynthesis, but both can still like take effect with that new item, Booster Energy. Again, it's still unknown whether Booster Energy is going to be a one-time use or if it's going to be like a passive thing, like a Life Orb or a Choice Band or something. It's still unknown, but depending on how Booster Energy works, Quark Drive could just be worse than photosynthesis, because I personally think that Sun is just simply better than electric terrain. Because look at the mons with electric terrain. You either manually set it up or you have a pinch urchin, because Coco is not going to be in this game on launch. So right off the bat, I just think photosynthesis is probably going to be better. But if Booster Energy is like a passive thing and not a one-time use, then none of this matters, because you could just use it outside of Sun, you could use it outside of electric terrain, and you're good. But yeah, Iron Treads, this is a ground steel type. It looks to be like more of like a defensive version of Great Tusk. Steel, obviously very broken typing, very broken defensively. This defensively is gonna be a beast, like no doubt in my mind this is gonna be a beast defensively. You resist like Dragon, you resist Fairy, resist Psychic, immunity to like Electric as well. This is gonna be a beast defensively. Especially it's literally just a beefed up Donphan. Like I said, Donphan is a little stronger than this guy actually, but the addition in speed and the steel typing makes this very interesting. It's it's like very rare that we get a fast steel type. This is base 106. This is not like a base 80. This is base 106 with those defenses. This has a lot of potential, I think, in maybe the UU tier. At the very least, just like Great Tusk, this is at least a UU mon. This is at least a UU mon for sure. I like this guy a lot. This is a really interesting design. A lot of the violet ones, the future ones, they have like very like robotic designs, while the past ones, the Scarlet ones, they have more like creature, like monster designs. So it's a very cool concept. Iron Moth is basically just a poison Volcarona. So you basically replace the bug typing with poison, and that is amazing. This is just Volcarona, basically. This is just Volcarona on crack. To me, that's what it looks like. It's literally Volcarona on crack, except you don't have the flame body, and that's about it really. That's all I'm seeing. This is just Volcarona on crack, literally. So yeah, this is Mega Volcarona right here. This thing is gonna be a beast, especially if it gets Quiver Dance. That's all I'm gonna say. Iron Hands, that's Hariyama, and this looks crazy. This looks fucking crazy. This is the one I was actually the most hyped for, and it almost made me change like my mind to get Violet instead. But nah, I'm staying strong and I'm getting Scarlet for sure. Cause I just like Koraidon way better. I like Koraidon way better. Yeah. But yeah, this looks like a beast. This is gonna be super heat. Like, obviously you can run this in Trick Room, but you don't even need to run this in Trick Room. You could just run max speed, max attack, and just go from there. Cause your attack is gonna be always the highest. It's always gonna be the highest because of Quark Drive. So, I mean, because of the IVs. And it's going to be boosted by Quark Drive. And this thing is just going to be a beast. You can run, like, electric move, Thunder Punch. You can run CC. You can run Ice Punch. I think Hariyama gets Ice Punch. This is going to be a beast. This is going to be a beast. Just mark my words. This one is going to be a beast. Iron Jugulus. This just looks like a nerfed Hydreigon? I don't know. They nerfed like Hydreigon. I think this is like kind of worse, but it really depends on the moves. If it gets Hydreigon's moves, it'll be alright, because it's faster than Hydreigon. It's just slightly weaker. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's not worse, but flying is just inferior to Dragon in my opinion, because the special flying moves are Air Slash and Hurricane, and of course Hurricane is not very reliable. So I don't know. We'll have to see with this one. It's like a Moltres Galar, but not as good defensively. But you just, yeah, it's a Moltres Galar, but you trade defense for offense. That's basically what Iron Jugulus is. I don't know, this one's interesting. Could be UU at best. I don't think this is an OU Mon. It just depends. Again, there's so many Mons that could be, like, good. That's what I really like about Gen 9, how Gen 9 is looking. There's so many mods that could be OU, and it is just very interesting. The next one we got is Iron Thorns, and that is a Rock Electric Paradox of Tyranitar. And this, I am not really big on this guy. I'm not very big on this guy. Rock in general is just very not good. It's just not very good defensively. And then you lose Sandstorm, so you're just kind of worse defensively than T-Tar. But offensively, this kind of has some potential. It's a little too fast to be good on Trick Room. If you get Dragon Dance though, this could be a beast. Yeah, if it gets Dragon Dance, this is probably a beast, but I'm not really big on it because I don't really like the typing. I think it's just kind of redundant, honestly. But Rock Electric, that kind of doesn't really work well together, because they both kind of do the same thing. Rock hits flying, Electric hits flying. They kind of do the same thing, and they don't really cover each other's weaknesses because Grass resists both. So, but like I said earlier, Grass is a not very good typing, and yeah, we'll have to see if this gets Dragon Dance. It could be a beast. I really like the design for sure. But yeah, Iron Bundle, that is Delibird, and this looks pretty good. Pretty good. This is actually the fastest of all the Paradox Mons. It has a higher base stat, a higher base speed than Fluttermane by just one. Fluttermane was the Misdreavus. And it was 135. This is 136, so this could be a beast. It's yeah, just a fast special attacker with surprisingly good defense. So yeah, really low HP though. But this could be very interesting. Ice, water, that is a really good typing. Really good typing offensively. Defensively, not so much. Offensively though, very good. The only other ice water type is like wall rain or something, and that thing is ass. So this is a breath of fresh air for sure. I'm actually really interested in this one. Very interested in this one. And for the last one, we got Iron Valiant. This is incredible. This is fucking incredible. Right? This is the fairy version of Blaziken. Except you have Quirk Drive instead of Speed Boost. That's basically what this is. It has Blaziken stats, but just kind of beefed up. And then higher speed. Actually, not Blaziken, more like Infernape, but both kind of are good. Both physically and specially. You can run special Blaziken, but obviously it's not ideal. But yeah, this is kind of like a mixed fighting type, a mixed firefighting type, except you replace the fire with fairy, like a mixed firefighting starter, but you replace the fire with fairy, and then you just make it a legendary. And that's basically what this is. This thing looks like a beast. There's no way this is not OU. This is at least an OU mon. It might even get banned depending on how good it is. Because fairy fighting, we've never had that before. Very unique typing. This one I'm very excited for, just like I am excited for Hariyama, the Hariyama one, Iron Hands. This could be revolutionary. Like the mixed attacking stats are just crazy. Obviously, I think the physical is going to be more used, but you could run like mixed, you could run like Moonblast, close combat at the same time. That alone tells me this has like a lot of potential. This has a lot of potential for sure. But yeah, I'm actually very excited for Iron Valiant and Iron Hands the most. And after that, Iron Moth is just Mega Volcarona, honestly. Iron Shreds, yeah. Okay, so Iron Shreds, Iron Valiants, and Iron Hands. Those are my top three for the future Paradox ones. And yeah, I think these, there's, like I said earlier, there's no way these are like just outright terrible. All of these mons are going to be good, at least in some way. They're going to be at least at the top of their tiers, whatever tiers they end up in. I think most of these are going to be at least UU for sure. Gen 9, it's looking like this is Gen 9 OU is looking like a Paradox like OU. This is going to be very crazy, and I'm actually very excited for it. Scarlet and Violet is out next Friday from the day that I'm uploading this video, and I'm just very excited to like use these mons, honestly. We could theorycraft all we want, but it's not quite the same as when you're actually playing with these mons, and you know, I'm very hyped. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If y'all enjoyed this, just be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, let me know in the comments which of these guys are your favorites and which ones you're looking forward to using the most. Definitely looking forward to reading those. And but yeah, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, and I'm gonna be out of here. We out.